they tell you real quick on a day like this overcast. They tell you real quick, you better put on some cover.
Heat back.
And it's always best to stay behind them. Because if they're working, going in and out, they say, what is this in my way? That's stuck down pretty good. I'm out of shimmer board covers. Make yourself useful, girl. Hold that.
Oh, look at that.
Looks like they're doing their job.
And there's some beetles. I want you to look. How in the world do they get started so quick? I hate them things with a passion.
Because the woods is full of them.
Oh, they started from this side and working their way over.
Pretty white comb. There's no reason to go down in there because we can see from here they're doing their thing. A lot of bees there too. But I gotta look just to see if there's any brood.
I take it those racks were clean when you started, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're busy.
I know some people that cleaned them. Cleaned them. I think I got 6 of these supers ready to put on. Should have done had them on. Don't want you to get stung. They're very capable. Now there's captain brood right here.
That's a brood right there in the middle.
This is honey up here. Can you see good? Yeah, there's a lot of little larvae.
Oh yeah. You see that?
Yeah, she's doing good. I bought 2 new queens for a couple of hives that was pretty weak. None on this side. Yeah, there's lots of larvae.
Oh
See,
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of larvae in there. So we won't bother them.
Just put a super on it.
Looking good, looking good. Now, I don't have an excluder.
It'll say, how you keep the queen out of there.
Yeah. So the dang thing's $10 a piece anymore for that little excluder.
Right.
So, and I've always hesitated to use them, but I'm learning that you just about need to, because she'll get up in there and lay eggs, make brood, smoke? And then when you smoke them just a little bit so I don't mash them. So when you take the honey out, you sure don't want to get a bunch of brood in it.
Well, if they fill this, then we can add another one, and then you'd most likely
take this one off and add another.
Oh, take it off.
But you do it however. I brought them up here so they can make us some honey. They don't make honey for us.
They make it for themselves.
They make it for them. If they get too much, we can
get it. We can get a little bit.
We get stung getting it.
Yeah. I only got stung once.
Is that all?
Yep.
Well, I got some the other day that you might want to stay behind them.
I think that little girl didn't like me grabbing that water bottle. All I did was touch that bottle and it nailed me.
I usually start that smoker up. That's the best prevention. Is smoke a little right in the entrance there. Tell them what's coming. And that's where the ball. That stuff has gotten so expensive. You know what just that lid right there?
That's $100, isn't it?
No, it's $56.
56.
I just got out there and made me some. Smoke right up there. And I got that one too. That board too deep.
They're getting her sealed up, aren't they?
Yeah, they stick everything. I need to stick it down good.
I don't see no beetles in that one.
Sometimes you see, hey, this one has
Ooh.
done more.
Something just fell in there.
They'll take him out of there.
He's gone now.
They'll drag him out the front. Yeah, I made that one too deep. I made it out of that darn pressed wood. That's a no-no.
See why now, huh?
Yeah, it gets wet. And sometimes their breathing is like ours. Puts off a lot of vapor.
Moisture.
Looks like they're eating it. Chewing it up and
It
using
may
it.
be. They will paper. Before they stick everything down. I look at this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That one's partial, and that one's probably partial. But this one's doing
Much better.
better than that one. And let's look down in here to see how much brood. I bought 2 queens from a girl at Murfreesboro. It's a different strain, different genetics.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little bit smaller, but she sure likes them. Pretty heavy.
Yeah, they're going to town on that
Oh,
one.
the larva's falling out.
That's messed that one up. How in the world I could get that out? Get stung.
You ain't gonna.
Come on, man. Where's you?
You did get it, didn't you?
That's got a little bit of nectar in it. If anybody wants to chew on it.
Yeah, brand new comb.
Yes,
You need
sir.
to pull that off.
There's a little bit of brood right there.
Just a little bit.
A little bit on this side. Oops. See right in here? Quite a bit.
Oh, it comes all the way out here, Lord.
It's amazing. You can take a frame like. Did it get you?
Nope.
Bumped you?
Bumped me.
Take one like this. It's got. I can't see good enough to see eggs, but there's tiny larvae.
I see the little bitty tiny eggs in there.
Yeah. When she lays that egg, it's right in the center of that cell and standing straight up. And I think the second day it falls over, third day it starts to curl. But anyway, you can take a frame like that in a hive that don't have the queen, and they make them a new one.
They'll make one.
Make one. Now I can see right down in there a lot of brood. See, can you see down in there?
On that one.
Yeah, it's capped, already capped.
I just got to pull that out.
You got to take a look at that one, huh?
I just got to
What we do.
hold the smoker.
Okay.
And don't get me stung. Boy, that makes good beeswax. Oh, that's beautiful.
Well, this one was a smaller
Hive.
catch when you got it, wasn't
I
it?
don't know.
Well, that's what I remember you telling me. This one was a smaller swarm.
I've lost it. Look at the brood. Look at the brood.
They're going to town.
I mean, that maybe is laying eggs. It would be nice to see her. I don't have a mark on it. Look at that.
Well, she's probably on a new one, isn't she? Since those are all capped.
They're just like a female. You can't tell about it.
She's gonna do what she's gonna do, huh?
That's right.
Now, are these like queen cells?
No, that's
no.
just queen cells. Well, when they get kind of mature, it's like a peanut. The best way in the world I can.
Looks like a little peanut, huh?
Yeah. I'd like to have seen it.
That's all brood, isn't it?
That's all brood. So, a little bit of honey.
Just
She always
very
lays
little bit.
in a kind of a moon shape, and they put a little bit of honey up here. And as these hatch out, as it gets later in the year, well, they'll build this honey on down till up to about November and December. There won't be just a very little brood, if any. Well, I'd sure like to see some more, but that's good enough. If that's all right with y'all, we'll put them to bed.
Leave them alone and let them do their thing.
Let them make us some honey. Boy, that's a mess. I don't like them to do that, but they cannot do that.
You're getting them all riled up. I can hear them just a humming. They'll find their way back home.
They've been real gentle, but don't think they'll always be that way. Sometimes they'll eat your britches off.
For no apparent reason.
I tell people they're exactly like we are. You get up one morning, nothing bothers you. And the next day, everything bothers you.
Make sure the queen's not out here.
Yeah, it's very, very unlikely.
They'd be all over it.
That she would be.
We don't see any.
Okay, so wish I had an excluder. See that?
Yeah.
I've got a little crock pot that I melt down beeswax.
Right.
And then put it right here on top. That's old one. Y'all may have cleaned it up. I cleaned it up, whatever. But put that beeswax up there. Gives them a little kickstart. Anyway, the other night I left it on all night. Went out there the next morning, it was still cooking. It had come, I guess, the moisture cooked out. And looks like it got wet. Anyway, I thought, I'll just put some water in there, which I did. And it just spewed and foamed and boiled. Oh, it made a mess now.
Don't add water to that, huh?
Not when it's been boiling all night. Smoke up under it. So they'll go. I hate to mash them. Because they don't live a few days, 30, 40 days.
Well, smokers are smoking now, huh?
You're doing good, girl. I mashed some, I heard you. I wish I made that shorter, but I didn't. I've always messed things up.
Well, if you ain't screwing something up, you ain't doing anything.
That's what I've always heard. Got it. messes up the most, does the most work. Alright, if I scoot them a little bit.
Yeah.
Seems to me, it may just be my guesstimation that if you have them too close, they seem to fight each other and just makes them mad, makes them mean. Blackberry, honeysuckle that I see down the road. Yep. You get, everybody's got an opinion, and I've heard the people that know, supposed to, say they go with, is there enough nectar in there to taste?
That's sweet. Want to try a bite?
Absolutely.
Oh.
They owe me a bite. They bit me. Oh, that's like candy.
Isn't it? I don't want it for it. Anyway, they should make us some good honey.